and welcome to my top 10 most wanted Minecraft Bedrock editions. Back in 2018 I made a video about my most wanted editions for the console editions of Minecraft. Some of my requests were added to the console editions, some were included in the Bedrock versions, but others I'm still waiting for. Now the console editions have been discontinued, I thought it would be time for me to talk about what I'd love to see added or improved on Bedrock. I'm mainly focusing on the console ports of Bedrock and have numbered them by how big of an impact they would have on the game and how much I would like them personally. At number 10 is exiting without saving. This is an addition I probably want more than most players. Currently, anytime you exit a world or when the game crashes, everything that happened to the world is immediately saved. Being able to choose precisely when you want to save the game or decide to not save at all was crucial for the way I made videos. Continually making and deleting copies of your world can replicate some of the functionality, but it's painfully slow on console and requires you to keep exiting your world and kicking everyone out. For most players it will never be an issue, but for me it has drastically changed the way I make my videos for the worst. At number 9 is the draw distance for objects and players. Something I never expected to be a problem when I switched to Bedrock is the limited range for visible items, mobs and players. Assuming you're not playing on Realms, the chunk render distance is acceptable on consoles and outright incredible on a powerful PC. But even if you can see terrain way off in the distance, players and certain items disappear before your eyes. It has caused Squishy and I to continually lose each other while flying around in Space Den, and I can no longer see Polly Reindeer from my balcony to hers in my lovely world, something that I can do on my Xbox 360, a console over 35 times less powerful than my current PC. At number 8 are Minigames. One of the best later additions to the console editions were minigames built into the game that you could play online with up to 16 players or locally with friends and family via split screen. These minigames were of a quality I had and still have never experienced on a third-party online server. Having them as part of the game allowed you to effortlessly jump into a lobby and get into a game quickly. It also allowed them to avoid the microtransaction business model, so you could play without getting bombarded with adverts about buying server-specific ranks or cosmetics. I was sad to see the current 3 modes not make the jump to Bedrock, and disappointed that 4J Studios couldn't follow through with their roadmap to produce even more minigames. RIP the building minigame we teased at Minecon. At number 7 are skins. I would love skins purchased on the console edition to carry across to Bedrock. Some of the packs were brought over, but many, including lots of the skins I need for videos, have not. I understand there could be issues around licensing deals for some of the packs based on non-Microsoft owned IPs, but why have they decided to not bring across skins like Beaver or the original Cupid skin? On PC and mobile you can have custom skins, but despite being told they're coming soon in 2018, you still can't use custom skins natively on console. I tried getting around this through crossplay, but the custom skins can't have fully 3D elements, so skins like Polly Reindeer lose features like their antlers. At the time of making this video, there is also a bug that causes custom skins to keep switching between players, something that has ruined multiple videos for me. You are also sometimes stuck as either the Steve or Alex skin, even when playing offline. This has also stopped me from being able to record on several occasions. At number 6 is Redstone and feature parity between platforms. This entry on the list is something that I realistically know will never happen, but still wish for. When the Bedrock version of Minecraft was first developed, back then known as the Pocket Edition, there were a few key changes made to certain mechanics, especially regarding Redstone. I'm sure they thought they were improving issues, but they created inherent compatibility issues for worlds that move between Console Edition /Java and Bedrock. As the Bedrock platform has continued to grow, more and more differences have been created, meaning researching on the Minecraft wiki, you're constantly having to check how mechanics alter between versions. I assumed the rebranding of the Pocket Edition to simply Minecraft was Microsoft's attempt at unifying Minecraft players across platforms, but things have never felt messier and more complicated than they do now. At number 5 is Realm stability. After crossplay failed to work, I resorted to buying a Realm to record my lovely world videos and was immediately disappointed. Only a limited amount of players can join, even if you pay extra, and it features a draw distance that feels claustrophobic in comparison to worlds played off Realms or on unofficial servers. My biggest gripe, however, is its reliability. I have lost count of the amount of times a group of us have met up to record but given up after hours of trouble as realms went down either right before we started or during a video. It would be a poor service if it was free, but is extra infuriating when you consider that you're paying extra for such an unstable service. At number 4 are optimizations for console. One of the things I was excited about when I heard Bedrock was coming to console was how smoothly I assumed it would perform. I considered that if they could get the game functioning on comparatively underpowered mobile devices, it would run amazingly on a dedicated home console. Sadly, that was not the case. The first thing I noticed was how laggy and unresponsive the menus were. Navigating worlds and settings can be excruciatingly slow, but it's the in-game crafting and inventory menus that negatively impact the gameplay most. If you try moving too quickly, the game will fail to register inputs, causing you to do the wrong action and repeat the whole process. The in-game performance is sadly no better. The engine seems to only render objects in the player's vision. This could give you an overall higher average frame rate, but means the FPS is continually peaking and dipping as you move and turn. The lag in my lovely world was so bad I was forced to either remain on the discontinued console edition for a smooth experience, or bring my world to the PC in order to get future updates. Hopefully the new, more powerful consoles will be enough to brute force a more stable frame rate. At number 3 are for the bugs to get squished. It's no secret that the Bedrock versions of the game are riddled with bugs. Some are simple visual glitches that can be distracting but don't negatively impact gameplay, while others can cause you to lose your entire inventory, crash your world, or stop you from loading the game altogether. It would be impossible to list all of the bugs here due to their quantity and variety, and more arrive with every update. The console edition had bugs too, but they were never so numerous and usually quickly squished by the 4J Studios team. Bedrock has and will continue to improve, but it was difficult for me to come from a highly polished version of a game to a highly unstable version of the same game. At number 2 are creative mode improvements. On the whole, movement and building in survival works well in Bedrock. Features like placing aerial blocks ahead of you are welcome additions. Sadly, creative mode is a different story. I find building in creative mode is slow, imprecise, and regularly frustrating. When you stop pressing the analog stick, you continue to drift slightly, making it feel like you're building on ice skates while trying to do anything precise. The movement speed is drastically slower than the console editions, making travelling across worlds or doing any large builds a chore. But worst of all, your movement speed doesn't match your block placement speed. On the console editions, you would simply hold the left trigger, push in a direction, and you would lock into your axis and continue to place blocks in a perfect row or column indefinitely. On Bedrock, you must constantly readjust your trajectory and time presses of the left trigger, or you'll drift off and place blocks in the wrong place, or stop placing them altogether. On the console editions, I would actively enjoy big projects that might otherwise seem brainless. On Bedrock, building in creative mode feels like work. At number 1 is a user interface designed for controllers. I am totally on board with the idea of crossplay and unifying the different versions of Minecraft, but I don't believe that in doing so you should neglect the unique aspects of each platform. The crafting and inventory menus were not designed for controller inputs, and little has been changed to adapt them. When I play Minecraft, I want to spend as little time as possible in the menus, but I feel like Bedrock doesn't allow me to do that. I wish there was a system that made the most of a controller's unique inputs, rather than forcing me to scroll over options with a virtual cursor and click on what I want. Typing character by character on a virtual keyboard is always laborious, and while some of the autofill features ease the pain, the whole system is slow, ugly, and unintuitive. When playing on Bedrock, it feels like I'm playing a port of a mobile or PC game, not a true console experience. It's a case of jack of all trades, master of none. Those were my top 10 most wanted Minecraft Bedrock editions. While there are plenty more editions I couldn't fit on this list, if these improvements were implemented, then the Bedrock version would be a platform worthy of the Minecraft name. Feel free to share any additions you would like added to Minecraft in the comments below, but for now, thanks for watching and I'll see you later. Bye!